The ground trembles before you see them, a low rumble, deep and ominous, rolling across the landscape like distant thunder. The earth itself seems to shudder in anticipation as if bracing for the arrival of something unstoppable. Then, out of the haze, a column of T-90M tanks emerges, cresting the hill with their barrels aimed at an unseen enemy. Their armor glints in the weak sunlight, each tank a symbol of raw power and technological might. They move with terrifying grace, a river of steel flowing across the vast plains of Russia and Belarus. The synchronized advance is both beautiful and intimidating, a testament to years of training and discipline. This is not a parade but a display of raw, organized power. Every maneuver is calculated, every movement rehearsed for maximum effect. It's the opening act of Zapad-2025, one of the world's most watched and scrutinized military exercises, drawing attention from every corner of the globe. Above, Sukhoi Su-35 fighters roar through the sky, performing deadly maneuvers with precision and speed. Their engines scream as they twist and dive, dominating the airspace. Helicopters hover, unleashing flares that light up the landscape in bursts of orange and white, a dazzling display of countermeasures and aerial prowess. On the ground, thousands of soldiers storm mock villages, moving with purpose as they secure strategic points and clear buildings. Each scenario is designed to simulate real combat, testing every skill. The air is thick with diesel, cordite, and damp earth. Smoke drifts across the training ground, mingling with the shouts of commanders and the rumble of engines. Patriotic music blares from loudspeakers, mixing with the thunder of explosions and the relentless roar of tank engines. The soundscape is overwhelming, designed to inspire and intimidate in equal measure. Every movement is captured by cameras and broadcast worldwide. Journalists and military observers document every detail, knowing the world is watching. This is military theater on a grand scale, a message delivered with overwhelming force and unmistakable intent. The soldiers, tanks, and jets are actors in a play written by the Kremlin, telling a story of strength, unity, and unwavering readiness for any challenge. As of September 23, 2025, the exercises are in full swing, with new scenarios unfolding each day and the world's attention fixed on every move. The scale is staggering, a city of soldiers on the move, a mobile fortress stretching for miles, with logistics and support units working tirelessly behind the scenes. The message is clear. Russia and its allies are prepared for any conflict, ready to defend their interests with overwhelming force if necessary. In a world of diplomacy and sanctions, military might still speaks the loudest. The display is as much about deterrence as it is about readiness. For NATO, just across the border, this is not just a show. It's a stark warning, a reminder that the balance of power is always shifting and vigilance is never optional. A legacy of power. The Zapad exercises have long been a testament to military might and strategic prowess. Zapad means west, a name that reveals the exercise's focus on the Western Front, highlighting the strategic importance of this direction. Since the Cold War, Zapad drills have simulated large-scale conflict with NATO, preparing for potential confrontations. They are the crown jewel of Russia's military training, testing readiness for high-intensity war scenarios and ensuring preparedness. The most famous, Zapad-81, involved 150,000 Soviet troops and showcased overwhelming power, leaving a lasting impression on military history. After a post-Soviet pause, the drills resumed in 1999 and now occur every 4 years, each time more complex and technologically advanced. Zapad-2025 is especially significant amid heightened tensions with the West, reflecting current geopolitical dynamics. These are the first exercises to fully integrate lessons from recent conflicts: drone warfare, electronic jamming, rapid mobilization, and more. For Moscow, it's a chance to show its military has evolved, adapting to modern warfare challenges and showcasing new capabilities. The drills are a joint effort with Belarus, Russia's closest ally, strengthening ties and military cooperation. This partnership demonstrates a unified defense along NATO's eastern border, a strategic move in the face of potential threats. For Belarus, it's about security and loyalty. For Russia, it's strategic depth and influence in the region. This year, cooperation is deeper than ever, a potent symbol of unity and shared military objectives reinforcing their alliance. Let's break down the facts of Zapad 2025. The exercises run from September 15th to 28th. Officially, 13,000 troops are in Belarus, but Western estimates put the total closer to 200,000 across both countries. The mobilization includes Army, Air Force, Navy, and Special Forces, a true multi-domain event. Hardware on display: T-90M and T-14 Armata tanks, BMP-3 vehicles, Su-35 and Su-57 jets, Tu-22M3 bombers, Ka-52 helicopters, and Iskander-M missile systems. The Russian Navy's Baltic Fleet adds a maritime dimension. Key training grounds: Mulino and Kirillovsky in Russia, Brestski and Obuzlesnovsky in Belarus, close to Poland and Lithuania. Observers from CSTO countries plus delegations from China, India, and Iran make this a global event. For Russia, it's a showcase for potential arms buyers and strategic partners. Every war game follows a script, but the details reveal much about a nation's military thinking and priorities. Zapad-2025's official scenario is defensive. Its stated aim is to repel an attack from a fictional coalition, the so-called Westerns. This narrative frames Russia as the defender, not the aggressor. The first phase centers on halting an invasion, stabilizing front lines, and preventing enemy breakthroughs. Troops dig in, fortify positions, and brace for the initial assault. Yet, the line between defense and offense quickly blurs. Russian forces practice launching counteroffensives and deep strikes, shifting from holding ground to seizing the initiative. Airborne assaults are used to capture key infrastructure and disrupt enemy logistics. Missile strikes are simulated against command centers and supply hubs far behind enemy lines, demonstrating Russia's ability to project power deep into adversary territory. The exercise escalates further, including a chilling phase, the simulated use of tactical nuclear weapons, testing readiness for the unthinkable. Here, Russia rehearses its controversial escalate to de-escalate doctrine, signaling willingness to use nuclear force to end a conflict on its terms. Iskander-M missile launches are meticulously rehearsed, sending a powerful message to both domestic and foreign audiences about Russia's capabilities. Russia invites select foreign observers to witness the drills, but access is tightly controlled and carefully choreographed for maximum effect. This selective transparency conceals the true scale, complexity, and intent of the exercises, keeping adversaries guessing. Moscow claims openness, but in reality, its most important military secrets remain closely guarded, hidden from prying eyes. The paradox is clear: a show of transparency that ultimately hides as much as it reveals, leaving the world to wonder what's really happening behind closed doors. Zapad 2025 is more than training, it's a geopolitical message. The main goal: pressure NATO and test its resolve. Russia watches how the alliance responds to a large-scale threat on its border. Nuclear signaling is key. Practicing tactical nuclear use reminds the West of the stakes. The message: any conflict with Russia could escalate to nuclear war, deterring intervention. The drills are also a laboratory for hybrid warfare. Cyber attacks, disinformation, and electronic warfare are all practiced. Russia's holistic view of conflict blurs the lines between peace and war. Zapad 2025 is a global advertisement for Russian military power. Inviting observers from India, China, and Iran, Russia showcases its weapons and seeks new arms deals. The exercises prove Russia is not isolated. It has partners and global influence. The world is watching, and so are potential buyers. NATO is watching Zapad 2025 with concern and focus. Surveillance planes and satellites track every move, building a detailed picture of the drills. In response, NATO has increased its military presence. More jets over the Baltics, more naval patrols, and higher alert for forward units. These actions reassure allies but avoid provocation. Diplomacy is crucial. Communication channels with Russia stay open to prevent accidental escalation. NATO leaders call for transparency and adherence to international commitments. The alliance walks a tightrope, showing strength without triggering escalation. Overreacting could let Russia paint NATO as the aggressor. Underreacting could embolden Moscow. The West's response: vigilant defense, clear messaging, and a reluctance to let war games become real war. The stakes are high, and every move is calculated. NATO's challenge is to deter, not provoke. Zapad 2025's message isn't just for NATO, it's for Russia's friends and partners too. Delegations from China, India, Iran, and others watch closely. For China, it's about deepening strategic ties and learning from Russia's tactics. India uses the opportunity to evaluate Russian equipment, balancing its relationships with both Moscow and the West. For Russia, these exercises are a live-fire advertisement for its defense industry. Successful demonstrations drive arms sales and cement alliances. Arms deals are more than profit, they're tools of foreign policy. Zapad is the world's most aggressive military trade show. The most alarming aspect of Zapad 2025 is the open integration of nuclear scenarios. Russia practices the escalate to de-escalate doctrine, using a limited nuclear strike to force an enemy to back down. Iskander-M missiles are the centerpiece, rehearsing every step short of an actual launch. This normalizes nuclear use in regional conflict, unsettling Western planners. The goal: create fear and uncertainty, deterring NATO from direct engagement. But the risk is immense. If the other side doesn't back down, escalation could spiral out of control. A limited nuclear strike could trigger a full-scale exchange. By practicing this doctrine so openly, Russia is playing a dangerous game. The world is forced to watch as the stakes rise. The line between deterrence and disaster grows thin. As Zapad 2025 ends, the question remains: is this posturing or a prelude to war? The drills showcase real capabilities but also reflect Russia's sense of insecurity. For Moscow, Zapad signals red lines and deters perceived Western aggression. The scale compensates for Russia's economic and demographic disadvantages. Yet the offensive and nuclear components reveal a military preparing for high-intensity conflict. For NATO's eastern members, this is an existential threat, not an abstract debate. Zapad 2025 leaves the world anxious, a Russia willing to take risks, a West forced to respond. The line between peace and war is dangerously blurred. Whether warning or warm up, the exercises have put the world on edge. The challenge now: keep dialogue open and ensure war games don't become real wars.